Bumblebee Tuna. Name that movie. Making another video here. I'm going to do some more shipping. This weekend I purposely did not ship on Saturday. Typically I don't, but during Q4 I do. So I have, let's see, 51 going out. 51. And I had one electronic. I also have an electronic store. I can't remember if I told you in the last video. I had another video I made on my phone. I just been too busy. So the way I list is probably different than a lot of people. I front load the month, and it took me about 6 months to get there, so I kind of, the first week or so, I'll list all my listings for the month. So right now I do 20 a day, and I have the capacity I could probably do about 100 or 140 a day in about 8 hours, because I was doing 100 in about 6, start to finish. But anyway, so I did that 4 days. I knocked out 600 drafts, good to go. Well, no, that's a lie. I did not do that. I knocked out 420. So I got about 180 to go. So I got too much crap going on. I have after I do all that, I work on my electronics store. So, but we got 51 going out here. I got a couple of multi-quantities, a deuce, 2 fivers. This is all pre-owned men's clothing. If you're new to my channel here, why is that like that? That's weird. Okay. But yes, all pre-owned men's clothing. I do a little bit of women's clothing if I find it. But there's just, I don't know what the hell. I don't have time to learn women's clothing at the moment. There's so much that goes into that. But so for anyone that doesn't know, I pre-package or pre-weigh all my listings. They get this little SKU. I know someone asked me in the last video, so pretty sure I replied to your comment too. This is just a basic address label, and I have a Dymo label writer that just, on the label writer you can pick it to do a counter. So like if you put it to, you can put whatever number you want to start it as. So you could start it at 1 and have the increment be 1, and if you print out 100 of these, it'll go from 1 to 100. So super easy, print out 100 at a time. 10 by 13 poly bags for pretty much everything except small t-shirts. And pretty much all I do is pick and stick. So that's what I'm going to do. Now I apologize because I don't know anything, ooh, that's a sale, anything about video editing, so you're probably just going to have to sit here and watch the whole fucking video, so let's do it. I'm trying to get rid of all my old stuff, so it's priced super low right now. Alright. So before I implemented this system, I used to put it in a clear plastic bag and then in a poly bag until I switched, and I just goes in just a poly bag and that's it. There's no clear plastic bag or anything. Now my storage unit is kind of dark right now, so I'm just going to show you what I do. I hope that's not fogging up. Alright, well. So I got all, this is pretty much my setup here. I don't know how well you can see this. It's probably freaking horrible, but that's all I got for now. It's pretty small. I have these metal shelves that I used to use for all my electronics. You can see I have some stuff up here. I really hope this isn't too dark, but so be it for now. So I still do electronics. I just don't have a lot right now. I have a, actually that's a lie. I have a bunch at my apartment, and that's what I'll be working on this week because I have a lot of good stuff. I love selling electronics. It's just the amount of fraud that goes on is asinine, and I was getting so sick of it. And then when I started watching Chris's channel, I started doing clothing, but I did it the wrong way in the beginning, and I pretty much just bought every kind of clothing and didn't really, you know, whatever. Now, I still don't know that much about clothing. I don't really care to know. I'm a reseller. I'm not in the fashion industry. You know, all I need to know is the brands and what sells, and so far it's done me pretty well. But I'm just gonna throw this here. I keep most of my small stuff in my filing cabinets. These are super cheap. I got them at an estate sale. Actually, my last electronics pickup was at this estate sale. I made a deal and I bought how many printers? I bought 9 of those laser jets up there, which I'll show you in a sec. And then I bought 2 commercial size printers and a bunch of toner. And I got this for like 20 bucks, and the other one I think I got for free. So that's that. All my boxes, all these Home Depot boxes, I get them all from, actually, you know what, I could show you one because I just bought some the other day. So I just get them all from Home Depot, or as I like to call it, Home Depot, and they are, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. I am not a cameraman, but they are 27 by 15 by 16. And then what I do is I cut, like where the large thing is, I'll cut down so it fits the size perfectly in here. And I can fit, the way I have my setup, how I put everything in there, I could fit 50 per box. And if you're asking how I do that while also selling sweaters, what I do is I'll put 5 sweaters per box. So like if I have 600 listings for the month, I'll split up, you know, 600 listings, 50 a box. That's going to be, I suck at math right now, that's 6 boxes or whatever. I don't even know. That's going to bother me now. 12 boxes, right? I don't know. So, but I'll put like 5 per box, because before I was just doing, the way I do it is I do my button-ups first, polos, t-shirts, and sweaters. And when I used to do it like that, I would get to my sweaters and I could only fit, you know, like 20 per box, especially if you have really nice heavy knit ones, which I come across quite often around here. And if you're wondering where I live, I'll give you, if you can guess, well, obviously I'm going to tell you the name of the football team, the Buffalo Bills. I can walk to the stadium in about 30 seconds. That's where I live. And there's a Monday night game tonight. So anyways, get the item. Obviously I had to package this up, but most of them are already done. Stick it on, good to go. You just gotta trust in yourself when you do it like this. Always do it in order, and you'll never mess it up. I've only sent 2 items, 2 of the wrong items, and that's because I'm dyslexic, and I mess up numbers. So, but I have a system now where I don't mess up those numbers, and I triple check the number. But let's get moving here. 3554. 4589. after a while, you start to like the way that I pack the boxes. You can get super fast at this after you realize how you pack the box. So the way I usually do it, because you'll kind of memorize where everything is. So like, let me find a brand new one here. These ones I'm in the 5,000s. So the way I do it here is that it starts at 1, or in this case 5151, because I go from the last two I did were these 5101 to 5150 and 5151 to 52. And typically I can do a row of 5. So, and then I do that up to like 30 or 40. Ideally you would do it all the way up to 35 and at 15 on top, because that's like perfect fit. But eventually, like, you'll know exactly where to put your hand. So if you have to get, 50, 51, 65, it's going to be like right in here. Well, those are my sweaters down there, but they're right there. So after a while, you can get pretty quick at just doing your shipping, which is the whole premise of how I do it. Because the way I think about it is, shipping has to be done before a certain time every day. You can spend 20 hours a day listing if you want to, but you have to get your stuff out by 5 o'clock. So the way I look at it is, why not just front load everything and make shipping your quickest thing? Because if I wasn't making this video, I could probably get this done in about 15 minutes. Depending on how many multi-orders I have, I can do it pretty quick. I'm not trying to brag or anything. I'm just saying I think this system is simple, quick, and it doesn't go by date or like anything like that. There's no reason to have a date for anything, because there's just I don't know why you would need a date or when it was listed or not. I mean, if I'm doing 20 listings a day, 600 a month, then I know that from 5,000 to 5,600 is going to be the month of December, and so on and so forth. So that's just the way I look at it. Like, this is 4225, which is going to be this guy right here. And then you literally just pull it, stick it. 3228. And then once they get low, I'll kind of show how I combine them. It is cold and rainy. Box 3, 4. See, this is how I'm dyslexic. I'm looking for a 3434, and I'm in 3301 to 3350. Oh god, 3434. This is the right one. The only thing you got to be careful with this. 55. 55. Alrighty then. If you guys have any questions on electronics too, I sell mostly vintage tech stereo equipment and printers. Lots of printers. Printers sell very well. My goal was actually to get away 100% from electronics, but the money is just way too good, and it's too easy. I mean, I can list electronics pretty quick too, just because I've done it a bunch of times. And it doesn't take as long as everyone says it takes to pack it and ship it. I mean, it takes longer than clothing, but, you know, I just bought a receiver the other day that I'm going to list today for 10 bucks, and it'll sell for about 100. The remote itself is worth 30. It's clean, it works. Can't give that up. And I know people will say, oh, well, why don't you just list more items? I'm like, well, the problem with that is, I can't list more items until your sales and traffic catch up. Like, I could list 100 a day, but I'm not going to start selling 100 a day. Right now, I average about 20. Well, no, about 15 to 20 a day in sold. But you know, I could, in theory, list more items, but the sales got to catch up. I need the money, so you can't list more items if you can't buy more. So I sell the electronics, and then I dump that money back into the big store, if you will. Oh, I'm not digging this cold freaking weather. I also have thank you cards that I put in every single one as well. They're already in the ones that are pre-packed. Every single one gets a thank you card with a promotional, or a coupon code rather, in it. But surprisingly, not many people use it. I know it's only 15% off, but I don't know. Can't really miss it. I know, sorry, I keep bringing the camera to and fro here, but right here, right in front of my face. 2384. That'll be on top. Worn out. I talk to myself a lot, just so you know. 2, 2. 2384. Huh, that's wrong box. Right? So for when I do multi-quantity orders, if they're two, always check to see what's cheaper, because sometimes priority is cheaper, and sometimes padded flat rate. These are going in priority because it's like a whopping, what is it, 75 cents cheaper, but every penny counts. And for that, as long as they fit in one of these snazzy dazzy things, which they will, these two will. The stick for these suck. I don't know why. Whatever. For the padded flat rates they're fine, but for this they fucking blow. A little bit of tape. I'm out of tape on my little thing over there, so. I have so much crap. I have to order more tape. I gotta get more 2-inch tape. I gotta order more boxes because I have more electronics going up. I've just been buying so much clothing inventory lately and not, like for bubble wrap. I need to order bubble wrap. And I've been having to buy it at like U-Haul or Home Depot for like $25 for a freaking 100 feet. And you can get it online for $30 for like $700. It's a scam, big scam. Oh, this is a nice ass sweater that I got the other day. I bought this sweater. It was a Woolrich full zip sweater. I was almost going to keep it, but it's too big. I wish I could show you, but maybe I'll try and link a photo. But really nice wool blend, full zip. I think I got it for like $4. Sold it for $40 plus $10 shipping. Sold in like 2 days. Super nice. Always buy Woolrich, no matter what. T-shirt, whatever. Now again, 4641. I don't. I'm no expert on clothing. I just know what to look for and what to sell. So I know, like, you know, the difference between slim fit and a little bit slim fit and button down and like that kind of stuff. But I don't do a lot of research. I just find what brands sell good, which is pretty self-explanatory if you know anything about clothes. Nike, Under Armour, Ralph Lauren, Woolrich, LL Bean, J. Crew. They all sell pretty well. But just with clothing, you just got to do volume. You know, I mean, I guess you could, if you were to find really nice pieces, you could just list, you know, 10 at a time or whatever. But for me, I feel like volume is the best route to go. And yeah, that's that. But I am slowly learning more and more as I move along. But I don't actually sit down and take time and specifically learn every in and out about clothing because, again, 3757. I'm just selling it. I'm not trying to produce it. I know that might be bad advice for some people, but we all have opinions, right? That's mine. Electronics for me is a little different because I've always tinkered around with electronics and I know a decent amount about them. But again, when you have eBay in your hand, all you got to do is look it up real quick. And I always try out new brands too. Like, as long as the brand has a 30% sell-through, I'll pick it up. But then there's other times where, so for example, there's this brand called Denim and Flower, and if you go to list it, let me grab this first, so I'll forget. second. I'll explain this one real quick. 4144. There it is. Okay, so there's a brand called Denim and Flower, and when you go to list it on eBay, and you go to, you put, denim and flower, button-up shirt, whatever, blah blah blah. When you go to scroll down the item specifics and put in the brand, it doesn't pop up. So you just, it doesn't pop up as a brand that's already in there. So you just gotta type it in. But they sell really well. At first, when I found them, I didn't think they would sell that well, and then I came across a bunch of them at one point. I said, screw it, we'll see. I always like doing that. I like to, if I find something that's not showing sold or a lot of solds or a lot listed on eBay, I always pick it up, because you never know. Like, there's some electronics out there that I picked up that only had one sold or one listed for however long, and I've sold every single one for, especially when it comes to electronics, there's certain things, but Denim and Flower is one of them. For whatever reason, they all typically run small too, but Mark Anthony is another one. At least for me, sells well. It doesn't have the greatest sell-through rate or, price, but for me, for whatever reason, it sells well for me. But $1603. Alright, so I got a bunch more to do here, but I'm going to end this video and I want to show you how I would combine, just because my hands are freezing cold right now, and I got to get this done because I also drive Uber, and what I do is I redeploy that money back into my business. I'm trying to grow my store exponentially over the course of the next year without taking out any kind of loans or capital, so plus driving Uber is fun. It's easy money. So when I go to combine, so like, for example, these two boxes, and I probably wouldn't combine these just yet, but if I were to combine them, what I do is I take this one, so this is 2701 to 2750, and then 2751 to 2800. I take this one, and then I would literally just start at the very first one, which is in this case 2752, and I would start it right back here. And sorry, this is like not the best camera ever. Start it right back here, and then kind of just like I would go in order for everything else. So everything will always stay in some kind of order. So even after I combine it, it's a full box, I can kind of know where everything is. So usually I do that. I was doing it like once a month, and then I realized that unless I was selling a lot, it doesn't make sense to do it once a month, because you're not going to sell enough to combine a lot. As you can see, I've combined a crap load of these, but basically from my very first SKUs all the way to this box, 2756, is all garbage, all trash. So it took me 2,756 items to realize that I was doing something wrong. So I sold some of these clothes for nothing. So, well, a lot of customers got some really good deals, and so that's good. But I think next year I'm going to do it once a quarter, depending on how much I'm selling. But right now I'm on pace to sell about 600 items this month, and then hopefully that'll jump up to 30 sales a day by end of Q1, I'm raising my, I just went from 15 listings a day to 20 about a month and a half ago, and I'm going to go up to 35 listings a day, either in the middle of January or the beginning of February. It all depends on how my sales look. I don't want to jump too much, but I can handle 35 a day super easy, and I know I can find that much inventory too. But so yeah, I'm going to end the video here. If there's anything I missed, or if you completely disagree with what I say, just let me know. I love criticism, because I've always been told that you can never get better unless, you know, you get criticized. I don't know what I was trying to say with that. But anyways, let me know what you think. You got any questions, comments, concerns, let me know, and I'm gonna try and get more videos up. I just been super busy. I just bought a crap ton of inventory because the AmVets near me was doing a half off everything sale. So I just scooped up as much as I could, and then I just went on a buying spree. So I just been busy trying to get all that crap listed. And then I gotta move on to my electronics, because that's a backlog now. But I'll try and get more videos up. Just give me whatever you guys want to see when it comes to reselling. If you want to see a video with electronics, I can do that too. Over this whole week, I'm going to work on my electronics store, and I can make a video on that too, and the ins and outs of that and what to look for. I don't consider myself an expert in really anything. I'm like my father. My dad knows a little bit about everything and not a lot about one thing. So, but with electronics, I did really well, and I was only doing